Good afternoon to all those God-loving Americans that are about to join. I'm gonna wait to see what happens. I know Facebook has been basically trying to shadow ban me, so I'm gonna wait and see how many people are able to join us. Well, I know why Mother Zucker or Mark Zuckerberg wants to shadow ban me through Facebook and prevent me from exercising my First Amendment, which is okay. I also know why Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and Facebook want to disrupt what I want to say and prevent a lot of the information from coming out and exposing what's happening within the republic. And I'm hoping a lot of God-loving Americans out there will start sharing this live stream. This is adamant. I mean, I am begging you guys to share the hell out of this live stream. I was unfortunate. I am unable to put certain information on the title for the simple fact that if I do, I'll even get more censored than what I am already am. But I promise you, after this live stream is over, I will be posting a lot of information. And I'm hoping a lot of people will start taking notes on what I'm going to articulate because it's extremely imperative to understand what is really happening. And this rabbit hole goes real deep with it. I've been saying for the past 2 months how deep this goes. But there's a couple more information that solidifies this, which is amazing in one way, but sick and twisted in another, which is heartbreaking to know that people within the government actually know, including Melinda Gates, Bill Gates, George Soros, CEOs, board of trustees, and board of directors from Amazon, board and trustees and directors from the Clinton Foundation, board and trustees and directors from the Clinton Global Initiative, board and directors from Google, board and directors from Amazon, uh, board and directors from Merck, Merck Pharmaceutical, board and directors from Pfizer, board and directors from Johnson and Johnson, board and directors from Geonomics, board and directors from the Israel Institute of Biological Research, board and directors from BioLegend, board and directors from 10X Genomics, board and directors and trustees from Illumina, uh, board. I mean, it's crazy. Board and directors uh, from, I apologize, Life Science Research Israel Ltd. Now, and then board and directors and trustees for Tory Patent, Patent. Why is so? This is so crucial. Why is this so important? Lieberg, everybody knows. Also, let me add the board of directors and trustees from John Hopkins Medical Institute, board and directors and trustees from Harvard University, all 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 conspiring with Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, George Soros, Hillary Clinton, Harry Kissinger, and so on, including members directly and indirectly with Congress, the Senate, and I'm not saying Donald J. Trump, but members within the executive branch. Now, this is what I want the American people to know facts. As I articulated just recently, these are facts. Charles Lieber, Liber, Charles Lieber was arrested. He was arrested because he was behind the coronavirus. Charles Lieber knows Melinda and Bill Gates foundations from 2002 to 2003. This is how long they go. So let me reiterate. Charles Lieber, the man behind the coronavirus that was arrested, that was in China, that aided and abetted in the transfer of the coronavirus to Wuhan, China, where George Soros and Bill Gates have a laboratory there regarding HIV. So this is how long the relationship between Charles Lieber, Liber, and Bill Gates go from 2002 to present until he was arrested. Now, why is this so important? This is extremely important, and I'm hoping you guys will understand what I'm saying carefully. I'm going to read this to you, and please, for those that can take notes, please take notes. For those that can share this live stream, please share this live stream to every patriot out there, to every militia out there, to every Christian out there, to every Ron Paul supporter out there, to every Donald Trump supporter. Read this. I'm going to read this. Charles Lieber. And this was in the, so there's two things going on here. One, on the summer of 2015, ECS annual report. The International Science Conference, and this is where Charles Lieber joined, the science conference and the joint meeting of the Electrochemical Society of Electrochemistry, that's CSE abbreviations, covered a unique blend of topics. And who was involved? China. China was extremely involved in this meeting. So this is the summer of 2015 under ECE, E as in Echo, C as in Charlie, S as in Sam, annual report. Also, Bill Gates was also involved in that. Now, Bill Gates was also involved with Charles Lieber in another thing called holds a silicone chip. All right, Charles Lieber holds a silicone chip, also inset, containing sensor capable of detecting single viruses that could cause disease epidemics. Listen to what I just said, and I'll read it again. Charles Lieber, that's Lieber, which is the one that was arrested by the Department of Justice, holds a silicone chip, also inset, in containing sensors capable of detecting single virus that could cause a disease epidemic or be used as a bioterrorist attack. This was in the front office of Harvard News Office by John Chase. That's John Gon Chase, Chace, in which Bill Gates and John Lieber participated. This is now why Mark Zuckerberg, with his wife, through the medical institute, which is the AMA, which is the American Medical Institution, and other foundations partnered up. This is why Mark Zuckerberg is going to give $25 million into the coronavirus to find a vaccination, quote unquote. Well, let me tell Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, you can pound the $25 million up your ass. Now, let me go back to this. The nanotechnology, a vaccine, this is why they're so adamant in making this vaccine, because remember, Zuckerberg and Bill Gates with the Clinton Foundations have billions of dollars at stake with this. Now, the nanotechnological vaccine, the forced vaccination that they want to implement because of the coronavirus, through the China Thousand Talent, that's TALNT, is how Charles Lieber came in and tied into the coronavirus. Bill Gates, we got to remember, at the Harvard okay, so in 2002, 2003, Bill Gates met Charles Lieber at the Harvard Scientific America. That's SCIENTICFIC, America, AMERICA. That's where they met. And this is a biosensor virus under, it's a program under the biosensor virus, abbreviated BSVD, 2002-2003. This is how back these criminals operate. Now, Charles Lieber is going to be the fall guy. He's the one who's going to take everything over. But who's going to profit? See, we have to think like these criminals. Who's going to profit? So Charles Lieber is the fall guy. He's the patsy. And the two other scientists, they'll take the fall. The two Chinese scientists will take the fall. And who's gonna rape billions of dollars off the taxpayers and the people worldwide? Everybody I just mentioned in this live stream. Everybody that I just mentioned, every corporation, every CEO, every COO, every board of trustees, every board of directors is going to profit billions from this. And it's all going through Harvard, Johns Hopkins University, Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, George Soros Foundation, Frank Griesel's Foundation, through Johnson & Johnson, through Merck Pharmaceuticals, Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. We're talking about billions. This is how sick and twisted these criminals are operating. And from 2002 to present, Bill Gates and Charles Lieber had a friendship. What a coincidence. What a hell of a coincidence that these two guys, not to just meet in Harvard, not just graduated from Harvard, not just got rewards from Harvard, but through the China Thousands talent, in which Melinda and Bill Gates donate. The word donation should come and should ring a to the American people. Charles Lieber wins is part of the China Thousand Talent, Talent, and now you know where you get your geonomics. This is the geonomics, from my understanding of the one thing I did not know, geonomics. I was not know that geonomics was in California, and this is the same geonomics that are making that are creating tests to basically test positive. It's the only way I can say it. They're creating geonomics is creating tests so people can test positive, so the numbers can go up. Now, why do the numbers have to go up? The fact that the numbers have to go up because the PEF, which is the Epidemic Emergency Financial Funds, and under the Epidemic Emergency Financial Funds, that's where they cash in. That's where they rake the billions of dollars through non-GOs, which is non-government organizations, like the United Nations, like WHO, which is the World Health Organization, just like the CDC, the Center of Disease Control. They're also part of it. They're also part of this conspiracy, and they are also complicit, and they're also behind the vaccinations. Now, the test kits, the geonomics is behind the test kits, improving to test positive, and that's coming out of California. Now, the vaccinations through Washington all the way to Atlantic and back to California, and back to China and Israel, because we cannot forget the Israel Institute of Biological Research, in which they're going to also come with the patent for the coronavirus, and they're going to go ahead and the government is going to force the American people to be vaccinated. And and what I mean by the government, or de facto government, if I was to tell you Chuck Schumer is behind this, what would you say? What would I tell you if Chuck Schumer has financial investments for the forced vaccinations? What if I was to tell you that Nad Jadler also has a financial, the senator has a financial gain in this? What if I was to tell you for Florida Senator Republican Marco Rubio has a financial gain in this? What would you say? What would I tell you if Nancy Pelosi has a financial gain? What would you say? Think about it, America. How much billions of dollars are going to cost us? Who's going to profit? Remember, I always say, follow the money. Follow the money. Find the players. You will find your conspiracy. There is your motive. Billions of dollars for these corporations to profit. Now, for those God-loving Americans that have lost their families because of the coronavirus, my heart goes out to you. For me to sit here and tell you that Charles Lieber held a silicone chip containing sensors capable of detecting single virus that could cause disease epidemic, or he can use it in a bioterrorist attack, what would you tell me? What would you say? It's not up to me, America. It's up to you. I'm just, don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you where you can get the information. You can get it from the Harvard Science America between 2002 and 2003 on the biosensor virus called B as in Bravo, SVD program. That's where Bill Gates, Melinda Gates, and Charles Lieber started their relationship. Now, as I say this, how many of these criminals that I just mentioned will be arrested for their crimes? crimes of high treason, crimes against humanity. And for the people around the world that's going to see this live stream, well, I hope you do see this live stream, and your family and your loved ones died, I beg of you to look for the information and find out how this information. To you, are you aware that the coronavirus, the vials that were taken, that were stolen from Canada, and also through the laboratory of Harvard, were taken to Wuhan, in which George Soros and Bill Gates has a laboratory regarding AIDS, and that's where they injected HIV into this coronavirus? I mean, I don't want you to take my word for it. Research it. Look it up. It's all there. And all this information has been downloaded into a PDF file. And it has been stored and saved for my safety. And now all the patriots, all the researchers going to have this information. And for those researchers out there, I beg of you to dissect this information. For those God-loving Americans, I'll be more than happy to send you this information. There's a amount of work, but putting everything together and being very methodical, it's time-consuming. But if you understand and you know how to read articles, go to start like joint staff committees, like HR, like House resolution bills, like legislative bills, like congressional bills. And you put these names and these people together, you'll see it comes out. It's just there. The problem is that we're just too busy watching TV, Operation Mockingbird at its finest, and dumbing us down as a nation. We depend on the media for the information when they conspire to lie to us. You're not going to see this at Fox. You're not going to see this at CNN or MSNBC and CBS. And you should be asking yourself, why not? And I'm going to tell you why not. Who do you think that most of their advertisers are? Big pharmaceutical corporations. Mostly these pharmaceutical corporations I just mentioned. The ones that they give millions and billions of dollars for endorsements, for sponsorships. It's not for their convenience, it's for them to shit where they're going to eat. And they'll never tell you the truth. Not Judge Judy, not freaking Tucker. I'm telling you, no one in Fox News. Because if they were to ever touch this, they'll be terminated at the spot. Look what happened with Bill O'Reilly. Look what happened to Glenn Beck. They don't touch it. So for those out there, educate our militia. Educate every bum-thumping Bible bell out there, every Second Amendment out there supporter, everybody. And for you to think that the government, why do you think this de facto government doesn't want us to have guns, does not want us to have ammunition? Think about it. If the American people would actually wake up and see what really happened and the conspirators behind this, what do you think would happen? I'll tell you what happened. You bet your candy ass we'll have a revolution. And I'll guarantee you those families that lost loved ones, not just through the vaccinations, but the coronavirus in which they purposely released, we'll be in a civil war. And if you don't believe me, and when this information comes out, and more people from the alternative media continue to talk about it and bring the information piece by piece, you'll see what's going to happen. Because now I'm going to tell you, if Melinda Gates doesn't get arrested, or Bill Gates doesn't get arrested, or George Soros doesn't get arrested, or Harry Kissinger does not get arrested, I already said Merck, 10X, Genomics, Geonomics, Illumina, Life Science Research, Israel. If they do not get arrested, then you know what? We've been lied to. And if Barr does not do his job, he should step down and move aside. Because there's other people that I know that can do his job. Because the evidence does not lie. And Zuckerberg, Mother Zucker, you know why you and your wife try to invest $25 million on this vaccination for the coronavirus? Because the rewards are so deep, so huge under the PEF, the Pandemic Emergency Financial Fund. Because you have two. You have the financial fund, which gives billions of dollars to around the world, as long as it's over 12 weeks and eight countries have it. And the second one is the insurance bond. The more people die, the more money they're going to make. They're going to rape us. And you're going to come back with heroes for the vaccination. They're going to tell you, look, we found the cure. They found the cure, the same cure they patent. And they have a financial investment. Don't take my word for it. The information's there. Start looking for the patents. Look at the patent numbers and look at the names behind the patents and how they're affiliated with who. And you'll realize that even in Washington, D.C., these criminals already knew. And members within Congress and the Senate already knew. If you do not believe me, once again, Washington, D.C., the Harvard Scientific America, the Biosensor Virus, PSVD program. They took that program over there. And if you don't believe me, the articles are there. And if the articles are taken down, we have a PDF file. Educate as many Americans as you could possibly can. I beg of you to do that. I beg of you to research the information I'm talking about. I am begging you for you guys to read. I am begging you guys to circulate this live stream. I am begging you we can save some lives and teach other God-loving Americans out there, our brothers and sisters out there in the front line of what's really happening and how we can allow nurses to put themselves in jeopardy when these are the criminals that allowed the coronavirus to be released intentionally, on purpose. Depopulate, population control. Right, Bill Gates? And this is sick, and this is sick. And I'm not surprised if this is freezing, because I expect this to freeze. Ms. Perkins, my live streams always freeze, and they will continue to freeze until Mark Zuckerberg, either removes me permanently from Facebook, shadow bans me, but at the end of the day, he's complicit. Him and his associate. He and his associates are complicit. So the war is here. The bio attack already happened. And now they want us to be homes. What are we going to do with these criminals? Are we going to allow these criminals to profit from God-loving Americans? Are we going to allow these criminals to disrupt our lives? Are we going to allow these criminals to continue walking? Or will these criminals be arrested? What will it take for America to wake up? And I truly hope our brothers and sisters do wake up, because this is a war on us. This was created a false war upon the American people, upon the world. And the joke is on us. But now that we know the truth, what are we going to do as Americans? What are we doing as a nation? What are we going to do as one world? Now I'm talking about the new world order. I'm talking about one world coming together and going after these criminals from all parts of the world. So to those out there, to those researchers,